Those who know me well will tell you that I'm not really that chops guy. I'm not really into that flashy stuff. Especially recently, I've been more focused on sound, groove, simplicity, and storytelling. But if I could use chops as a storytelling device, I would. Hi guys, I'm Luke Sigwa, I'm a session drummer, and welcome to my first ever tutorial video. I don't really do much of these breakdowns, tutorials, drum lesson videos. The reason being that I prefer to connect with my students. I want to be able to establish a thriving learning relationship with them, and that's something that I can only do through private lessons. So if you're interested in learning with me, reach me through my socials or shoot me an email. I'd love to teach you. Anyway, that was a fill that I did in Morissette's cover of Ain't Been Done, which was released last week. If you haven't checked that out, you should. Morissette is slaying, Sergio Ramos' arrangement is on fire, and if you haven't seen that, you're missing out. So I'll put the link down in the description. Anyway, that fill seemed to have caught the attention of some people, and a few of them actually asked me to break it down. But before I do that, I believe it's important for us to start with why. Nowadays, you can find all the resources you need online. Chops, grooves, modulation, etc, etc. All the what's, all the hows. But only a few of them will teach you the why. Why do you do these things? What's the musical intention? What's the payout? Because the last thing I want is you learning this chop and applying it to a bunch of places and musical situations where it's inappropriate, and you could come across as obnoxious doing that. And I don't want to get you fired. So start with why. Those who know me well will tell you that I'm not really that chops guy. I'm not really into that flashy stuff. Especially recently, I've been more focused on sound, groove, simplicity, and storytelling. But if I could use chops as a storytelling device, I would. And that's the key here. In this part of the song, we're coming from a dip in the bridge, and we're about to go to the last chorus, which is the highest part of the song. Morissette's about to belt, Sergio's arrangement is about to go on overdrive, and I needed to do that little extra push to take the song to that next level. Filipino musicians like to call this the hatid, or in English, it's to deliver or to usher. And that was my intention, that was my why. And now that we're done with that geeky stuff, let me actually break down the chop for you. Alright, so this chop is made up of 30-second notes, just one bar. It starts on the E of 1 and the tempo is 84 BPM. I'll put the transcription on later once I start playing the fill note per note. If you're unfamiliar with note values, sight reading, the counting system, etc., you can hit me up for lessons. I'd love to teach you those. But for the sake of making this breakdown short and sweet, I might have to skip those. But for now, you can use your ears to follow along, okay? So again, this chop is made up of 30-second notes and it starts on the E of 1. If I play it all in one surface, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E N, 2 E N, 3 E N, 4 E N, 1 E N, 2 E N, 3 E N, 4 E N. So that's the counting system, and that's how fast the 30-second notes go in that tempo. But for the actual orchestration of the chop, it starts with 2 kicks, followed by 3 hits on the floor tom, right, left, right, a double on the snare with your left hand, and these are ghost notes, so you play them quietly. Then you hit the stack with kick, followed by another double in the snare, then another stack with kick, and yet again followed by another double in the snare. Then you follow up with a kick, and then 3 hits on the tom 1, right, left, right. After that, you do a kick, snare, kick. Then you go tom 1 and snare, right, left, followed up by 2 kicks. Then 2 hits on the tom 1, right, left. And finally, ending with 4 hits on the floor tom, right, left, right, left. Alright, that might not have made much sense broken up like that, so let me play it for you in time. I'm gonna play this in 3 different tempos, the first one being half of the original, which is 42, the second one being halfway towards the original, which is 63, and then the last one will be the original tempo, which is 84. So that's the chop, guys. If you're having a hard time with it, remember to do it like I did. Start slow. If you can't make something feel good at a slow tempo, you won't be able to make it feel good at a faster one. So start slow and bump it up by 5 BPM in every step until you reach your goal tempo. And that's actually something you can apply to almost everything you practice in drums. Alright, one last thing that I want to mention is you can pick out certain fundamentals from this chop. You can take certain bits and pieces and rearrange them, mix them up, apply them to your own chops. I don't want you to just take this chop, learn it note per note, and stop there. You know, this chop is only one of the infinite combinations that you can come up with using the fundamentals involved in it. So what are these fundamentals? First of all, you have the 2/2, which is 2 kicks followed by 2 hands, either right, left, or left, right, it doesn't matter. Then you have the 1/1, 1 hand and 1 kick. And then you have the 2/1, which is 2 hands and 1 kick. And then you have the 3/1, which is 3 hands and 1 kick. You also have the right, left, left, or left, right, right. Also what I like to call diddles. It's basically an accent anywhere on the kit followed by 2 ghost notes on the snare. Speaking of diddles, in the chop, the accents are played on the stack. But if you don't have a stack, the chop will still sound good if you play those accents with hi-hat chokes. And let me show you that real quick. Alright, and then lastly, you can never go wrong with practicing going around the kit. That last part of the chop requires you to go from tom 1 to floor tom real quick, and you have to be nimble enough to do it at that tempo. So yeah, once you get all the fundamentals down, mix them up and the possibilities are endless. So practice them, explore, and get creative. Alright, so that sums up the lesson. I hope that helped. Again, I'm not really going to be doing much of these drum lesson videos. I mostly just upload videos of my session work. So if you're interested to see more of those, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It will really mean a lot. And if you're interested to learn with me, hit me up on my socials or shoot me an email. I'd love to teach you. Alright, so I'll see you again next time. Keep drumming. God bless.